The whole time I was here, it's just been like one big supportive family. It really has.
As soon as I came up here, I was like welcomed in with open arms.
We tell them there's no excuses and we're here to help. If they need something, they know they can call on us.
You have to sometimes help people realize that they do have a dream.
There are so many opportunities in nursing for American Indians.
American Indians in North Dakota and the surrounding states continue to experience major health disparities. In fact, this region has the shortest average lifespan of American Indians in the U.S. And while research-based causes have not been established, many believe this gross disparity is due to inadequate health care. Across the United States, there is a large need for skilled American Indian nurses, and that is most evident in North Dakota. Compounding this issue are the significant healthcare needs of tribal populations throughout the state, and the preference of American Indian patients is to be cared for by those who share similar culture and values.
I chose nursing because I love helping people. I just really have a passion for helping people, and I've always been interested in the medical field, so when I put those two together, nursing was kind of the obvious choice.
I chose nursing because I really like the diversity and the different routes you can take with nursing. I mean, you weren't stuck in just one field. You can go in many different directions. And I also like the one-on-one care you can provide for the patients.
There's not just, a nurse in a hospital or a nurse in a clinic. There's so many different options out there. I really wasn't sure which area of nursing I was interested in at the beginning, but as you go through the different classes and the different clinicals, towards the end of it, you kind of realize which part that you're more interested in.
Nursing's leaders recognize a strong connection between a culturally diverse nursing workforce and the ability to provide quality, culturally competent patient care. But health personnel shortages can negatively impact healthcare quality through reduced healthcare access, increased stress on providers, and the use of underqualified personnel.
Now, if she were to have asthma, what kind of lung sounds would you hear?
Wheezing?
Yes, it's very common in asthma.
When I graduated, there wasn't a lot of resources to say this is how you need to do it, and my family really didn't have a college background. So I was scared, and I thought, well, I'm just going to take my general requirements for now at our local community college. And I did that, and I ran into a recruitment lady there, and she said, okay, why don't you come to the university and we'll help you do what you need to do. And I said, okay. So I came, and they got me on the ball.
I came 3 days before classes started, and it was one of the worst mistakes I could have ever made. Nobody told me that you're supposed to read your syllabus, you're supposed to have this done because you're going to have a test the next day, literally. So that was a big challenge, and I still had everything in boxes. We had an air mattress on the floor. I had my daughter. She didn't start school for a week. I didn't have childcare set up.
Missing birthday parties back home, not being able to come home for an anniversary or a grandparent's birthday, or that was kind of some stuff that weighed heavy on me.
I lost my husband my junior year in college. He was killed in a motorcycle accident. And my third son was born 13 days after he died.
The RAIN program at the University of North Dakota has 5 main objectives. 1, to maintain a supportive networks within the American Indian and university communities. 2, to increase awareness of nursing as a career. 3, to identify and recruit American Indian individuals from the targeted area. 4, to increase the number of American Indian students retained and graduating from the College of Nursing and Professional Disciplines. And the final objective is to increase cultural awareness in faculty, staff, and students.
I love advising. I just show me your transcript and I'll tell you what we're going to do. I always tell students, once I get my hands on you, I don't let you go.
We work with students from the pre-nursing through the graduate level of nursing program here at UND. However, we do have, our program does support students even before they come to UND. Deb and I do a lot of traveling, and we recruit at reservations in North Dakota, South Dakota, Montana, Nebraska, Wyoming, and Wisconsin, Minnesota. We try to visit all of the reservations in those areas at least once per year.
I think the biggest thing is that what the students get from is that we believe in them, even down during their toughest times when they don't believe in themselves. is that we're still here, we're going to be here, we are going to do whatever needs to be done to help them get through.
I always say one of the most important things I think we could tell our students is that you can do this, because when we were growing up on the reservation, I said, no one really said to me, you can go to college and you can, you can do this. And I always say too, if you can't see what you want to be, you can't have the dream, you're not going to be successful in that. So we just tell them to, we believe in them, that you can do this.
They help tremendously. Like, they just lay everything out for you and take it step by step, and they simplify everything for you. So it was really helpful.
The RAIN program kind of took me in and said, you know what, this is going to be like your second home. We know that you came from a close-knit community, and it's a little difficult to move from that to a bigger place and kind of keep, yourself motivated and not be homesick. So, in the beginning, when I was a little nervous, RAIN really kind of took me in and said, you know what, this is going to be your second home. Feel free to come up here and visit us.
I don't think I would have gotten through if it wasn't for the RAIN program. I struggled with writing papers, so I visited the RAIN program quite a bit for the writing mentor. And I've seen her on a weekly basis help me get through some of that.
I would be really overwhelmed, and sometimes I would, I would cry and be like, I don't think I'm smart enough. Go back to, not thinking I was smart enough. And then, Deb would just tell me, Lisa, you're not the only one who's ever felt this way. But, they went on to be nurses.
Here, you just got so much encouragement, so much guidance, help if you need it. I mean, it's just anything's possible.
I love Deb and how encouraging and supportive she is, and I kind of like her job, and I want to be out there and say, hey, come out here and do it. I've done it, and it's okay, it's going to be okay.
Don't hold it off or push it off and be like, oh, I'll go next semester or I'll go next year. Get it done right away. Then you can get those years of experience under your belt and maybe even think of going into a master's program.
Volunteer for hospitals, work as a CNA, go into the tribal clinics and work with them.
Don't let somebody tell you that you can't do it. Don't let yourself tell you that you can't do it, because even though you're going to go through those challenges, there's always something more out there for you. There's always somebody's hand who's going to be reaching out there for you. There's another person who's gone through what you've gone through. And even just opening up and talking to those individuals, I feel like you'll be able to succeed beyond even your own expectations.
Don't be scared to make a phone call and say, I want to go to college. How do I do this? Call the college and talk to even anybody in the office and say, how do I do this? Don't be scared. There's resources and there's help everywhere you go. So just use those resources and have some confidence in yourself and say, you know what? I'm going to go to college.
The teasing and stuff, that all came with it. And, oh, you're in a class of 65 girls and there's just you, And that ain't, if you were a single guy, that ain't bad numbers,
That's a good thing.
Yeah, but the thing is, with males into nursing, there is a stigma as far as becoming a nurse and working as a nurse and that kind of stuff. And to tell you the truth, I get more compliments being a male nurse than anything.
I try to meet with my instructors to let them know that I care about my grades and just to show that I'm active. And then I try to use the resources available to me on a daily basis.
I think I had a lot of role models everywhere I worked, whether it was in the private sector and IHS. There was people that I knew I could look to, and they really, really held nursing to a high standard, and I really liked working with them.
We need more American Indian nurses to work in various capacities on and off the reservation.
Once you set your goals and you really decide that's what you want to do, and in your heart that's what you want to do, you'll do it.
My goal in nursing school was to come back and serve my people. So that's what I want to do, and that's what I'm doing right now.
I feel like now that I have the confidence and I came out and I worked hard and I did everything I need to do, it's an open road out there. I can do anything now. Anything I put my mind to and some hard work, you can do it.
If you want it, and if you really want to do something like this, I have 110% confidence that you'll be able to succeed.